Welcome back, traders, to another backtesting session. Now, last video, I talked about how sometimes I want to make two videos a day, one backtesting video and one educational video. Now, these backtesting videos tend to be pretty long. And when I add background music and export this in 4K, it takes a very long time. So in order to help me out, I'm actually not going to put any background music or any editing at all. I'm just going to record it and upload it. I think I already recorded in 4K or maybe 2K at the least, so hopefully the video should be okay. Now, this week we're going to be going into the back testing for July 15th to the 19th. I believe this is week 29, but just taking a quick look here on July 12th, this is the daily chart. And last week we went up to this negative 1.5 projection. Remember, this projection was from this low to this high. This was a sweep under the liquidity over here. And after we poked into the 1.5 standard deviation, we pretty much dropped back down. We went into this fair value gap, and I marked this one out because that's where it stopped, and we went to here. So going into this back testing week, not exactly sure if this is going to bounce up for a new all-time high. That is the trend. You know, we have a bullish trend, but if we start trading below this fair value gap, and especially this fair value gap right here, if we start going below this fair value gap, then I think we're going to be aiming for the sell side liquidity below these lows down here. Okay, and before we move on, I just want to show you the spreadsheet real quick. I did compile the data for April. You can see it did not take very many trades, like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades in April. The winning percentage was 71%. Here's your average gain, my average losses. The losses is actually more than the average gains, but because of the winning percentage, we still came out with a positive expected value. So here's the data for April. Not a lot of trades, but well, here it is. Okay, so this is Monday, July 15th, 8:15 in the morning. You can see with this big drop down here. I'm looking for a sell side below these lows. If we trade below this BISI, we do have a short-term sell side here. Maybe it won't be in play. Right now, you can see that last week, I believe this was Thursday, we dropped down a lot. We went back into this fair value gap. So we're stuck pretty much between this fair value gap and this fair value gap. And if you take a closer look on the 1 hour, we do have another fair value gap right here. Not marking it out, but we are currently within this SIBI. So just keeping an eye out on whether or not we're going to be trading above this fair value gap. I guess I could mark out the buy side here. Yeah, and then the sell side would be down here. So this will be looking for the near term sell side liquidity and buy side liquidity. So looking at this big drop on Thursday, I'm kind of in favor of us going down. However, we could go up, so I'm trying to keep an open mind, trying to stay neutral. We did go and trade to the bottom of this fair value gap. That could be enough to start pushing us lower. We don't necessarily have to take out this buy side liquidity. We're already in this, well, I guess it was a 1 hour fair value gap. Now it's a 15-minute SIBI. So we could just start displacing lower from here, maybe at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and aim for the short-term sell side below this low. And if we start going down lower, I mean, I know we did poke out into that fair value gap once, but we do still have a lot of sell side here. There's no bodies. So, really not going to be very, very bullish until we start going above this fair value gap. And I'm not going to be very, very bearish until we go below this fair value gap. So as long as we're in between these two fair value gaps, I'm going to try and remain neutral. So here we are just before 9:30. 8:30 didn't do too much. I mean, we did poke up into that fair value gap. We created a fair value gap. Looks like it got respected. But then we kind of poked back into here, and then we dropped one more time to another fair value gap. And we're currently in it right now before 9:30. I take a short right now, but I'm going to wait till after 9:30 because we could rally up above this high for one more poke into this fair value gap. I want to see a little bit more displacement. Also on Monday, I don't want to be too eager to just get in. So you can see here at 9:30, it was pretty choppy right here. You can see both these candles right here, like just overlapping, and even the next one overlapped, but we did go up above this high for one more poke into that fair value gap, and then we just traded down, closed below both of these up candles. So kind of lead me to think that we are going to be heading for the sell side. We may not go all the way down here, but maybe this right here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit. And yeah, so coming down, maybe we go underneath here. I'll just draw a quick line just because this stands out. And then this will be the second sell side target, and of course the fair value gap down there. Okay, just before 10 o'clock, you can see the action here, very, very choppy. Today may not be a day that I want to trade because it does not really look clean on the 5-minute. Okay, so 10:15, we did rally up into the fair value gap one more time, and we created a 5-minute fair value. This is the first 5-minute fair value gap after 9:30. So this could play a significant role here. If we come back down into it, I don't want to take it right away because of all this choppiness. You know, I'm not confident really in this. But if we come back into this fair value gap, use it as support, start rallying, create another fair value gap, I'll go ahead and take that confirmation fair value gap. Okay, so we are rallying. It didn't come back into this fair value gap, but it tried. And because of that, it kind of lead me to think that this could be a little bit strong. And we created potentially two fair value gaps. So I'm going to go ahead and take a chance here. And I'm aiming for the buy side. Remember back on the 1 hour, there was this swing high here. I'm going to aim for this one. It's also like around 50% of this large 1 hour fair value gap. So I'm going to just take it off here because I'm not sure if it's going to keep going up or if it's going to go up to like 50% and then start dropping. So this is going to be the target. And I'm going to have my entry here for now at 678 with the risk down here at 656. Okay, price is continuing to rally. If we hit the buy side before I enter into a trade, then I will cancel this out and maybe not do anything for today. But coming in, we do have another fair value gap here. So I'm thinking about moving my entry up to this one. This is a larger fair value gap, so I think this could hold up more. It could even still drop down to this other one down here. So I don't really want to, have my stop loss too high. But I will move up a little bit below the body of this candle. This will be the order block. So now my entry is going to be at 695 and then 662. So that's going to be about 30 something, 32 or 33 points of risk. I think, yeah, checking with the spreadsheet, I could potentially do 2 contracts. You can see 2 contracts will put me a little bit over 1%. But like I said, I'm not really confident in what direction the market's going to go in. I want to kind of be neutral. So I'm just going to go ahead and take 1 contract just to be a little bit conservative until we start getting more of a trending market. So going back to the chart, here is going to be my long entry, my stop loss, and I'm looking to take partial here or take my trade off here. Looks to be a little bit better than 101. So just going to go with 1 contract just to give it a shot. Now I'm okay if we go into the second fair value gap, but yeah, I'm just going to take 1 contract and see how it goes. Okay, a little bit after 11, and we just keep rallying, hit my buy side target. So gonna just go ahead and cancel my trade. Probably not gonna do anything today on Monday. I think Monday would be a good day to just kind of observe the market, see what it's gonna do, and maybe create a plan for the rest of the week. So I'm just gonna go ahead and see what the rest of the day price action looks like, and yeah, we'll go from there. So this is what the price action looks like for the rest of the day. You can see that after we rallied into that fair value gap, we started dropping. It didn't close in all the way. It started dropping. And I guess this could have been an opportunity for you to get in, but this was during lunch around 12:40. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can try if you were around. And then we just kept dropping, took out the sell side here. And then look at this. It went down, spiked down into that sell side. Pretty much exactly, right? Like if you see the low is at 506.25. So yeah, it basically create equal lows, and now it's kind of closing in where it opened for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and just move on to the next day. All right, so Tuesday, July 16th, 8:15 in the morning. Yesterday, we rallied up above this high back into this 1 hour fair value gap. But as you can see, it is being respected as resistance. It's not going above this fair value gap. It dropped down, created relative equal lows, and we're just kind of in the middle right now. If you zoom in a little bit, we do have a small fair value gap here, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just going to mark the buy side, short-term buy side over here. Of course, we have the sell side down here, but I really like these relative equal lows. So if we do go down below this swing low, I want to see price go below these relative equal lows. So I'm just going to leave the sell side here. So this is pretty much where the target is going to be. I want to see price around 8:30 or 9 o'clock at 9:30 go above and take the buy side here, but not go higher than this swing high. Then start seeing displacement lower, and I'll see if I can get into a short, aiming for these relative equal lows. Now, if we zoom out a little bit more, let's say to the 4-hour, I guess we could be aiming for lower targets. I guess this swing low, but I think that's a little bit ambitious. I'm just going to take a conservative trade for these two lows. Remember, as long as we're between these two fair value gaps, I want to be kind of neutral. I want to be a little bit conservative. Okay, so we were pretty choppy pre-market. At 8:30, you can see this big drop, this big wick down. It didn't take out the swing low, so kind of feeling like it's just taking out the liquidity down here, but setting up for like, a run lower. We went back up, did not take the buy side, went really close. I think it's building in more liquidity above here, creating a, triple top, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, no inefficiency right now. Let's see what 9:30 has to bring. I think I want to see price come up for the buy side, and then I want to start seeing fair value gaps going down. And remember this target right here, I'm not looking at it. I mean, I guess you could take a partial here. I'll just mark it out, I guess. But remember, the second one here, this is those relative equals lows. That's exactly what I am wanting to see. And as expected, 9:30, we did rally up for the buy side here. And then we started dropping down lower. You can see that we went below those up candles. So yeah, now I'm looking for a fair value gap. We don't have one just yet, so I'm just waiting. But maybe on the 1 minute or something, you could find something. But anyways, I am executing on the 5 minutes. So just waiting for a fair value gap. And I'll take, I think I'll take the very next one, actually. As long I don't really want to see price go below this swing low before we create a fair value gap. So hopefully we can get a fair value gap somewhere here and I can enter short. All right, 10 o'clock and no fair value gaps on the 5 minute. I guess there was one here, but we pretty much just dropped down after this. So yeah, I didn't have any opportunities to get in. But if you were trading on the 1 minute, I'm sure there was something in here that you could have gotten in on. With this rally here on this green candle, I think you can maybe on the 1 minute find some kind of fair value gap or something to enter short, and then aim for this partial here, and then of course the relative equal lows. I think it's going to go through those lows before I have a chance to get in. Potentially this could be a fair value gap and I could try to enter here, although the risk is quite a lot, so probably not. I think I need to see it rally up for this fair value gap before I can try to get in. But if it does rally up that much, maybe I want to wait for confirmation. Okay, so my sell side target got hit. I think I'm pretty much done for today. I don't really have anything else I want to aim for. The buy side target got taken out as I predicted at 9:30, and then we dropped down for the sell side target. Just wasn't any opportunities for me to get in on the 5 minute. So I'm going to see what the rest of the day looks like and then just move on to Wednesday. So here you can see that after we took out the sell side, we did rally up for this fair value gap. And as you can see, it was respected initially. Maybe I should have taken this. I don't know, but I said I was going to wait for confirmation. We only got confirmation here, but it did come down for the sell side before we had an opportunity to get in. So again, not really. And also this was like during lunch, so probably nothing for me to do if I was going to wait for confirmation. The only opportunity was just, just take a shot as it came into this order block. But anyways, after taking out the sell side, that was pretty much it. You can see like we pretty much just stayed within this range and we closed here, which was near equilibrium. So let's just go ahead and move on to Wednesday. Okay, so July 17th, Wednesday morning at 8:15. I'm on the 4-hour chart. You can see that we went up into this fair value gap. Remember, that was on the 1 hour, and we dropped for the sell side here. I think this short-term sell side target is likely to get hit. There is some inefficiency here, so we could bounce from here, but I'm kind of thinking that we're going to be going for the sell side liquidity down here. Now, if anything, if it comes down to the top of this green, remember that green is going to be the daily fair value gap. At the very top of it, that it could be another place to take a partial. So looking pretty bearish right now. Let's go ahead and jump into the 1 hour. Okay, so on the 1 hour, not too much to see really. I think we're done with the external liquidity. So only looking for internal liquidity, which is either this fair value gap or the one right above it on the 1 hour. So both of these white fair value gaps, I'm looking for price to use either one of these as resistance and then push price down lower for a short-term target. I think this one is good enough. I want to see some kind of setup here. I'm actually going to clean the charts up a little bit, remove that one, remove this projection target, and hopefully that will clean it up. And you know what? I'm not really going to care about this fair value gap either. I want to just pay attention to the short-term sell side. So yeah, this is just what I'm looking at for now. Okay, here we are just before 9:30. Pre-market didn't do too much. We pretty much just consolidated, dropped down a bit, more consolidation. And now before 9:30, what I want to see is a fast move up for the buy side above this high into this fair value gap. I think that's good enough. I don't think we need to go for the second fair value gap, although we can. But I think I want to see just the first one, probably, maybe half of this fair value gap get traded to, and then we start creating fair value gaps to the downside. And I want to aim for this short-term sell side target. And remember, we could also go for the top of that daily fair value gap. So I'm going to go see if 9:30 will give us that quick rally up. Okay, so 9:30, it wasn't like big and explosive, but we rallied down, dropped down, took out the short term already. So a little unfortunate. I guess I could have had an entry here. That would have been okay, but I was expecting price to go up a little bit more. But yep, I guess I just didn't make it here. I guess I could have tried here. I just wanted to see a little bit more volatility. But anyways, I'm just going to give it a little bit more time. I think this could still be in play. Now that we've taken the short-term sell side, if we start going above, let's say this swing high right here, creating a fair value gap, maybe I'll take the first one, or maybe I want to wait for confirmation. And I want to aim for this fair value gap as my buy side target. If we start dropping, I don't think I can get into any move. I mean, I could try to get in and try to take a target here at the top of the fair value gap, but I'm just going to give it a little bit more time, see what develops. Okay, here is a little bit before 11 o'clock. So initially we had dropped down and we created this fair value gap here, kind of consolidated. Then we came and poked into that fair value gap. You can see that this is the low here. We did poke up into it and it immediately went down, created another fair value gap here. So I'm going to go ahead and try and take this. And I'm looking to take it off down here at the top of that fair value gap. Now, this is quite a lot of risk here. It's about 50 points of risk. If you want to be more, well, tighter, you can come down to the high of this order block. This will be, 37 points of risk. So that is a little bit better. I think I'm going to just be conservative. Keep it at the top of this fair value gap. And I'm just going to do one contract. I don't know. This could be it already. It looked like it did wick me in. So yeah, we'll see how it goes from here. So one contract, I'm looking to take it off down here. It looks like maybe 3-1. So hopefully we can get a really good reward to risk. Okay, it's getting very, very close to lunchtime. We had some consolidation here. Didn't really like it, but if it wasn't clear that I was in before, definitely clear that I'm in it now, especially with this spike up into this order block. And now we're going down, potentially creating another fair value gap here. It's getting close to lunch, so I'm not really excited about holding through lunch. I want to take it off down here, but this is what I'm going to do. This right here, if this fair value gap remains intact, I will go ahead and just move my stop loss down here. That way I'll be at least break even, and I don't really need to worry about any risk going into lunch. That's only if this fair value gap remains intact. I hope it does. Okay, and the fair value gap did remain, so went ahead and moved my stop here. I'm definitely break even, not going to take a loss on this trade, and we'll see if we could get down here at the top of that fair value gap. I think what 957. That's what I'm looking at to take my target or to take my profits. And well, it's getting close to my time window ending. I get about what 20 more minutes. In 20 minutes, I'll decide if I want to keep holding it or just completely cut it off with a time stop. Okay, so it is 12:15. My trading window is ended. I could take this off. Looking here, let me just try to adjust the window a little bit better. So I'm gonna just look at over here. This is the price action I'm looking at. So I did move my stop down here. I like how we didn't even go into this fair value gap, but we're starting to displace lower. And I'm actually going to go ahead and move my stop to the high of this up candle. And that will get me a pretty nice trade, actually, about 15 points in the profit. Or not 15, 50, about 50, 45 points in the profit. And I'm going to try just hold it, see if it can go down there. I mean, if it stops me, I'm already making some money, but we'll see if over lunch we can get down to this fair value gap. Okay, so a little bit after, you can see we're just trickling down, and I'm looking at this. I believe there is there a small fair value gap right here? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just move my stop down a little bit more over here. I don't know how much time I'm going to give this trade. It's 7:45 right now. Still have quite a ways to get there. I mean, I could just cut it off right now. It'll be like what 20. Maybe I should just cut it off right here because this is like 60 points. Probably good enough. I'm going to try to give it until 1 o'clock and see what happens at 1 o'clock. Okay, so, I'm not really liking this bounce right here. I probably should have just taken it off. I'm going to see if, I guess it's bouncing back into this fair value gap. I'm going to see if this holds up. If it goes down again, I could put my stop at this high. And let's just see what 1 o'clock has to offer. Okay, I'm really not liking this. It looks like it is using this fair value gap. Perhaps it went down to 50% of it. Maybe it's going to go higher from here. I'm going to go ahead and just move my stop. I'm going to give it a little bit more time, but I'm moving my stop down here. I don't want to see it poking above this high because, well, technically, I don't really want to see it going above this down candle because that will be another change in the state of delivery after going into a bullish fair value gap. So I think what I'm going to do is if we can go down, I don't know if we could reach that or not. Usually I don't, it's like 1 o'clock. I don't really hold on to a trade this long for back testing. Maybe I'll just take it off if it goes down below this low. So let's just see about like maybe, okay, this is, I'm liking this. I'm liking how we close in this fair value gap. Perhaps we can keep going down lower. But I guess, okay, I don't know. It's not, I want to see like a big drop down, but it's kind of just consolidating. I feel like maybe it's going to start turning back up now. We created equal lows though, I think, okay, this is what I'm thinking. We created equal lows. I think during the PM session, which we're pretty much in right now at 130, I think it's going to rally up above this high, maybe take out this high as well, go back into this fair value gap. Remember, this fair value gap never got tapped into. So I think it's going to rally up above here and here, tap into the fair value gap, and then drop. And because my stop loss is right here, I think I am going to get stopped out. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the trade off right here and call it a day. I think this is still a pretty good trade. If I wanted to give it some time because I saw how we went down below these up candles. We didn't respect this fair value gap after 15 minutes. So I thought it was just going to go boom, go down. But we're kind of consolidating. It's spending too much time here. I'm just going to cut it off at 44.5. So here we are, just taking the trade off at 44.5. I could have taken it off at what, like at 20. Let's just take a quick look. If it was at 20, it would have been over it would have been more than 2 to 1, which would be great. But didn't do that. I gave it some more time and, well, lost out a little bit. So whatever. Still pretty good. Over 1.5 to 1. And we made, what was it? The P&L was 1.4% on the day, which is really, really nice. So yeah, that's it. Let's just go ahead and see what the rest of the day looks like. Could I have held for this fair value gap? And then we'll move on to the next day. I believe it is Thursday. Okay, so this is the rest of the day. And as you can see, we didn't really do much. We pretty much consolidated in the PM session. We did rally up above my stop loss here. We didn't go into that fair value gap like I thought we could. So either way, I probably would have gotten stopped out here and lost out on another 20 points of reward or something. Whatever. Anyways, it did drop down lower. Did not get to that fair value gap, but pretty close. Is currently in this fair value gap. So we'll see what tomorrow morning price action looks like. All right, so July 18th, Thursday morning, 8:15. This is the 1 hour chart. You can see we got really close to that fair value gap on the daily, but didn't quite get into it just yet. And we consolidated, rallied up a bit into this 1 hour fair value gap. And then there's another fair value gap above it. We didn't go into it. I don't think we need to, but it could. We could even go above this high, just remain in this fair value gap. But yeah, I'm looking for price to come down below this low and into this daily fair value gap. I'll just go ahead and mark this out for the sell side, just for the sake of it, and the buy side up here. Although we don't really need to take out the buy side since we already went into a fair value gap. And see on the 15-minute, we created a fair value gap here and we respected it. And now we are in this SIBI. So we don't really need to go into these again. So we'll see how 8:30 looks like on the 5-minute. And I think maybe I can try for something going for this sell side liquidity. But I'm going to wait for 8:30, maybe 9:30. Just see how the price develops. Okay, this is just before 9:30. 8:30 didn't really do a lot, but we did rally some above this swing high. We got close to here. I think this is what relative, this is equal highs, 62. Yeah, relative equal highs. Didn't go above it just yet. We have a down candle. We'll see what 9:30 has price action looks like. I'm kind of thinking 9:30, maybe it'll drop a little bit more, but I think we're going to go up above these relative equal highs. And then after that, then I want to start seeing displacement to the downside. But before that happens, I don't think I'm going to enter in any trade, either long or short, just going to wait. Okay, so we're starting to see some displacement to the downside already. We don't need to take out these relative equal highs. I would like it to, but we don't really need to. I'm not going to enter right away, right? But if we start going back into this fair value gap and I see another fair value gap, like a confirmation fair value gap, and see it being respected as resistance, I'll take the confirmation fair value gap. But I'm kind of thinking that this drop is just going to collect a little bit of sell side liquidity, and then we're going to go above these relative highs before dumping. So just going to wait a little bit longer. Okay, so now seeing this big of a displacement to the downside, I'm kind of thinking that we're not going to take out those relative equal highs. I'm kind of thinking that it just went into this 1 hour fair value gap and it is going to go for the sell side, maybe up to the high of that daily fair value gap, but still going to wait. And I don't want to see this low get taken just yet. I want to see it remain available. I want to see some retracement to the upside. I don't really know where I can get in, actually. I mean, I guess I could try for this fair value gap, but I don't think it's going to go all the way up there. I think I'll create a fair value gap here and then come into this somewhere. Maybe I can have my risk at the high of this order block. Just put it here just to remind myself, but we'll see what the next 15 to 20 minutes will look like. Okay, so yeah, great. This is what I like to see. Actually, I'm going to remove this because I'm not thinking about taking a trade here. I like to see price go into this fair value gap and give me another confirmation fair value gap to the downside. If we go ahead and take our Fibonacci, I'm thinking about you may have heard of what's it called, OTE, or optimal trade entry. You can see the optimal trade entry right here, right at that fair value gap. I think that could be a trade that I take, but I don't really want to just take it right away because there's a chance we could go through it and go for these relative equal highs. So either we have a fair value gap after taking out the highs, or we have a fair value gap after going into this SIBI. I'll take the confirmation fair value gap. But right now, I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. I still got about 2 hours left. Okay, 10:30, price just dropped into the fair value gap. You know, all my targets got hit. I just didn't know where I could have gotten in. I don't know. I guess I could have gotten in on the fair value gap here, have my risk up here, but you know, I thought it was gonna come into this upper fair value gap. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm pretty much done for the day. I'm gonna zoom out, take a look at the hourly chart, and let me go to the 20-day 1 hour. Because the sell side down here, maybe the sell side over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and move this. This could be a target that I aim for going into Friday, but for today, I'm kind of done with it. We do have a little bit of sell side down here, but I don't like these relative highs. I feel like we're going to be bouncing up for these relative highs either Friday morning or in the PM session. So just going to see what the rest of the day's action looks like, but I think I'm not going to do any trading today. Okay, so it's 12:15. This is what the morning action looks like. It's showing very, very strong bearish signals. We actually took out the sell side liquidity that I pointed out before. That was a swing low. This is the sell side liquidity. We go back on the 1 hour, all the way back over here with these relative equal lows. So I'm hoping this remains intact for me tomorrow. That's what I want to target going into Friday. Let's take a look at the PM session. I kind of want to see a little bit of a reversal or retracement and like maybe close somewhere around here. That way, Friday morning, I want to see price go above these relative equal highs and then start looking for the sell side liquidity down there. So this is okay. I did not want the sell side liquidity to get taken. It did not. We pretty much just closed at the high of that fair value gap. So hopefully this will remain intact for tomorrow. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is Friday morning, 8:15. We do have these relative equals highs up here. Looking at the 1 hour, I think we can get above here. You know, we do have a buy side here. We don't necessarily have to go for those relative equal highs, but I want to see this high get taken. Then we have a small fair value gap. I'm going to just move this one down here just to note this small 1 hour fair value gap. This could be enough because of this consolidation. We may not go through it and take out these relative equal highs, but I want to see this high get taken, go into this fair value gap, and then start dumping for the sell side. Okay, so just before 9:30, not much has happened. We pretty much consolidated. It looks like we may be dropping now. This is just going into this fair value gap for the moment. I'm going to wait to see what happens at 9:30, but going back to the 1 hour, you can see we are in this fair value gap. This could just be it. This could be respected and we start going for the sell side from here. So we may not take out this buy side. Just want to keep that in mind as we go into 9:30. Okay, so 9:30, getting a lot of choppiness here. You can see overlapping candles. We finally got a fair value gap here. This is the first fair value gap, and it is a bearish fair value gap. I could try take a chance on this, but let's just see what the risk is first of all. From 886 to 937, that is going to be close to 50 points of risk. That is quite a lot, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because I'm looking at these relative equal high. We could go above and take out the buy side liquidity first. But if we just go into this fair value gap and have a confirmation fair value gap, I'll consider taking that one. But I don't really want to put any risk on this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove it, not even think about it for right now. And price was very, very choppy. You can see right here, pretty much just bar coding. But if you did take a chance on this fair value gap, it would have worked out. You can see that we are going down lower. We created another fair value gap. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot on this. I'm aiming for the sell side liquidity down here, but I will mark this out just to note that if we do go down below here, I want to consider putting my stop to break even, maybe even just taking it off down there. But let's go ahead and take a look. I want to have my stop up here at 888. And then I also want to have my entry at the low of this fair value gap at, wow, that is quite a bit, almost 50% or 50 points of risk. I'm going to lower my risk a little bit. I'm willing to just like not be in this trade and miss it. So I'm going to just go half, 50% of this fair value gap. That's going to be my entry short. Let's just show the price on the right. And yeah, from 840 to, so that's about 48 points of risk. So it's just one contract. And we'll see if I can get in, and we'll take it off down here to sell side liquidity. Okay, so after 11 o'clock, I did get in, but I'm not really liking this rally here. I kind of feel like I am in danger of getting stopped out. Maybe I should have been a little bit more patient, but well, that's just what happens sometimes. So thinking I'm going to take a stop loss, but hopefully this will start dropping right away. Okay, great. I was a little worried there, but it did start dropping. And I think I'm going to lower my stop a little bit. If we go above this high, it's going to take me out. So I could have my stop loss up here. We do have a fair value gap. I'm going to actually put it at the high. Whoops, what did I do? I will put it at the high of this order block. So I'm not break even, but I am reducing my risk to only 24 points. So hopefully we don't get stopped out and we go for the sell side target. Now, if we go through this first one, I want to put it at least break even. Maybe I'll put it at the high of this fair value gap because I want to see another fair value gap. I don't want to see this one get filled in if we start going lower from here. Okay, great. Everything went to plan before 12 o'clock. So we did create a fair value gap here. We spiked into it and then we started dropping again. Now, if I saw this, I definitely would have put my stop to break even, would have moved it down to this high. And that will definitely put me break even because I see this big fair value gap. But because of this large fair value gap, we actually went ahead and hit our target. Let me just go ahead and put the price out here so I know how much. And let me check out the spreadsheet and I'll let you guys know how I did on this trade today. All right, so it was a little scary with this rally up here, right? But I just kept my stop loss up there and eventually paid off. Got a really nice almost 2.5 to 1. Yeah, with the risk at 48 points, that is really good. So that's pretty much going to do it for this week. Before I let you guys go, I'm going to go ahead and check out the rest of the day's action. I forgot to do that last time. And yeah, like I said, no background music. If you like background music, just, open another window and play something in the background for your own entertainment. But yeah, I think it's just going to be much easier for me if I just don't edit any music or anything in, and I could just record and upload, and hopefully that is good. That way it will speed up the process and I could do more of these videos and also give you guys an educational video from time to time. But as you can see at the end of the day action right here, we went down below the sell side here and pretty much just popped right back up, almost went back into my entry. And then we dropped again, consolidated here at the lows, and that ends it for this week. So thank you guys so much. Come back for some more back testing as we start going into the second half of July. And yeah, until next time, guys, safe trading.